really, really proud of my team, and the way they embraced our culture, as first-year head coach and a first-year head coaching staff, of the changes we made. I couldn't be any prouder of them, and I think it was reflective in the game tonight. I think last year they played Duquesne and they lost by 37, and I think this year they battled. We're not very deep, but they come to play and they play hard, and so for that I couldn't be any prouder of how we competed today, and did our school, did our coaching staff and our families very, very proud.
Tammi, what was the game plan, maybe your adjustments from facing Duquesne the first time? And it seemed like early on things were kind of going your way in that first quarter.
Defensively, we were trying to be very aggressive with their motion offense. They're a great read and react team. They set multiple actions, and so we were trying to be very aggressive with our switching, with our trapping, and try to rotate out of it, not give up threes. And it was effective until you fatigue, and the rotations get a little slower, the help gets a little slower, and you start giving up layups or you start giving up three-point shots. So again, I asked them to do things very hard. We don't play zone, just for rebounding purposes, and so when you fatigue, you'll start to give some stuff up. But they executed the game plan defensively just like we liked. But again, to give credit to Duquesne. They're a great motion offense. I love what they run, and they do very well. They share the ball very quickly, and they take very good shots.
How much more complicated was to be able to actually execute that game plan when you run into foul trouble so early in the second quarter, too?
It's really, devastating when we don't have Nicole on the floor, or DeVita gets in foul trouble, our Batman and our Robin, they're our two best players. It makes it difficult either or. DeVita can't guard, can't put pressure defensively, and we don't have Nicole to go to. We run our offense through this one right here. That's our go-to. Everything is predicated on her and run through her. For this year, we played a lot of half court. In the future, we won't be playing through the post, and we won't be playing slow. But when you've got someone as skilled as Nicole and as good a low block scorer as she is, we go through her. So when you get foul trouble and you got some youth coming in and some kids that aren't used to guarding, aren't used to playing, we don't have a go-to, you struggle on both ends of the floor, and that's what happened when Nicole got in foul trouble. It affected us greatly.
Tammi, when you wanted them to play in the paint today, they were predominantly successful in the paint. Did that come down to the foul game? Did that come down to some little bit more experience on their end? What do you kind of attribute that paint success to?
You mean us playing in the paint or them playing in the
paint? Their efficiency in the paint tonight.
What makes them so hard to guard is they have a good post presence in Sol. She can score with her back to the basket either way. Very skilled player, beautiful passer out of the post. But what makes it difficult is they all can penetrate, and so they'll pick their poison. They picked on us a little bit on the switches. They found our freshmen a little bit, our weak link defensively, and they went right to the hole on us and got layup after layup. And so, they're a smart team again. In that motion, they can kind of get the matchup they want, and then pro style, and they go at you. And so that's how you can attribute a lot of their pain points. We do it the old-fashioned way. We got it to this one on the low block, and she scored. And they do it in multiple ways. And they're a very skilled team in multiple positions.
Nicole, you had a pretty interesting battle there between Laya Soleil and also Precious Johnson for the minutes she was in. What was it like just every time you're going up and down the floor? It seemed like it was just a physical battle every time your feet touched the hardwood.
That's usually been every game this season. I'm either getting double team, triple team. So I come to every game ready to get abused and to get bodied. But I worked hard this season to get my endurance up there and my strength. So it's just like every other game.
Nicole, obviously having faced Duquesne in this scenario last season, and obviously the result especially not being what you look for, how much do you look at that maybe to motivate yourself and other returners to try to get a different result or try to get the most out of you guys tonight?
We came into this game for redemption of last year from the last time we played them. I know I didn't have the best game, but every day we have the support behind us with the coaching staff that it's a new day, it's a new game, and we were ready today to battle. It just didn't come in our favor, but we did the best we could, and I know none of us have regrets.
Tammi, when you came in, just to this job, what did you envision with this year, and how maybe did they exceed expectations, did it exceed that buy-in that you were looking for?
Well, with, I think the leading scorer transferred out before I came, and I knew we had two good pieces in Jorgensen and Dale when I watched film, and so I knew with the short bench and the short numbers and the inexperience, and a lot of players are skilled players, they're role players that we have, they far exceeded my expectation. I thought we'd be able to compete, and my whole thing coming in was change the culture here. I think last year we led the league in technical fouls. I think we got one this year. Change the culture, build a foundation. I wasn't concerned about wins and losses. I really wasn't. We had a lot of issues with just getting the kids in a positive environment, in a good culture, with great intangibles, work ethic, coachability, you know, hard work, determination, personal, all those things that you want out of a young woman. And not focus on just winning and not doing it the correct way. And so when we came into the season, there was a lot of challenges. They fought the system, but when they bought in, suddenly, you know, we started winning, and we're winning games we shouldn't win, and people are looking at us like the best compliment. And I told the girls, if someone comes up to me and says, my God, your team plays hard, they compete. That's all I wanted this year.
Nicole, I'll go for
You
it.
could be really proud of your team, and I am. That's what I am. I'm proud of this team for not giving up the season, buying in and building a new day, a new foundation for years to come.
Nicole, I know the emotions are fresh right now, but for you, when did you notice that this team bought in and understand the ability of how special this year could be for you guys?
Day one that we met Coach Tammi. She came in and she wasn't playing around. The first time we met her, the first thing she said to us, and she has 10 commandments that we follow by every day, and we just felt it. It was a brand new energy, and we didn't know who we were going to get, and we got lucky with Coach Tammi, and we excelled, and we did things we didn't think we were going to do. Like, this was a buy-in game, but we were ready to win it, and we could have won it. But day one, we were ready. And I'm happy for the girls because they got a great coaching staff, and I wish I had some more time with them.
How special?
We had her for 2 more years.
How special do you think this senior year is? Again, I know it's just right after the game, but when you kind of think about things in this year and how special was this year to you personally?
I've been waiting 3 years for this. This is what I thought college basketball was going to be, and I'm lucky I got at least 1 year of it.